Going to take you on a journey for some quality roof work on a job that I'm looking at. So comments welcome. It's Russell here again from WA Building Inspections. I'm going to make this a really quick video so it's not too boring. All right, stand by. Always make sure that you're safe on roofs because they can be sometimes a little bit slippery. Look at the quality on this. Look at this. Right? Okay. That's not what I wanted to show you. All right, let me show you some key stuff. There's going to be a lot missing, all right? All right, so let's have a quick look at the workmanship along here. Missing downpipe. They've added an extra screw in the valley of this ridge. It's not going to work, of course, they know that, they've siliconed it. But along here, they've just added extra screws as they've missed. This is going to make more sense in 2 seconds. Look at the quality of this valley cut. This is maybe 20 mil. I know how big my finger is, about 20 mil. And then look at that as it goes down. Look at the alignment of these screws. Right, look at the amount of screws. An extra one there, an extra one over there, extra one over there. Not only that, it's actually sitting in the valley. So the screw should be on the top here, so that passing water on the lower side doesn't intersect with fixings. There's a requirement for stitching screws over here. Look at this. So that's wrong. Screws for days. A little bit of damaged roof sheeting. We're not even worried about that at this stage. Now, this is way too high up. If it came down, you'd have an opportunity to seal the top of these cuts that go into the valleys. Obviously now we don't know if that's even going to be sealed. Look at this. Are you shitting me? It's supposed to be stitched. This is a capping. First of all, it should be fixed with nominal fixing spacing, and we'll get to that in a second, where there's flashings that need to overlap by a minimum of 75 mil. That shouldn't be discharged out of the sole, it needs to be discharged at the end. The bigger problem here though is, look at this. Let's see if you can get under there, have a look at that. So that's not good enough. No, this is that flashing. The overlap from one to the other should be at least 75 mil, and it should be stitched and sealed with a neutral cure silicone. That is the end, so not even 10 mil. They missed it on the first one. So when they tried to fix this screw to the flashing, even that point there was overshot. So that's why that didn't go in. None of these are sealed, by the way. Let's go have a look at that side. There is also overhanging. On my way over, a screw in the base of the gutter. Not just one screw, there's loads of them. Look at the quality of this, right? Let's go have a look here. It's the same. Oh, it's the same. That's not even fixed. Look at that. Right? Same deal. I can get my hand completely under there. That is definitely not going to work. Just a bit damaged. So the builder took away the old downpipe because it was broken and it was not working. And then, so that's what's there now. And there's no stormwater provision either. And taking a step back, you can actually see the building elements on the underside of that opening. That's amazing workmanship here. Now, it's one thing to talk about compliance, but the building codes also require performance. So the National Construction Code's in the basis that this here is leaking, pretty new home, that is also defective in terms of its performance. I'm not going to talk too much about that weep hole. That's closed, but there's a little bit to chew on there as well. Talking about weep holes, there are no weep holes. This is from the underside. The fascia doesn't quite make it to the gutter, but look at those gaps. Look at that. That's just silly. Okay. Not okay. This is pretty systemic. Those are cabinet screws. At least they're stainless steel. That's nice of them. If unsure, just pop another pop rivet in. All these junctions are leaking, so I'm actually not shocked. And while we're here, the builder has put this exposed rano, actually, with no control joints, but anyway, without looking at that, with no flexible sealants around the perimeter. Look at this. I could go on. Save it for another video, right? Distance between electrical provisions and downpipes. And that is not compliant. And samesies. Downpipe right next to an outlet is a minimum distance, so that's not going to work. That needs to be repaired.